I sat down in a boardroom of this hotel. He walked in, and I've never seen anything. I mean, he was 26 stone. He was like this. He sat down, couldn't hardly talk, sweating to the floor. Like, he's like, I'm gonna come back. Expected, you know, you never really see a B sample come back negative when there's been a positive on the A sample. Sometimes it can happen if there's a contamination.
Eddie Hearn just dropped a bombshell, exposing whispers of a secret €1 million deal between Usyk and Parker. If true, this raises serious questions about integrity and transparency, shaking the very foundation of heavyweight boxing politics.
He's in some situations, but people change. Do you know what I mean? And I see a lot of what happens behind the scenes, you know, with demands.
And it gets even more intriguing when Eddie explains what Joseph Parker privately revealed to him. Here's the twist. Parker himself confessed details directly to Hearn. That admission strengthens the claim that this secret arrangement wasn't speculation, but reality, putting Usyk's supposed dominance under suspicion. Suddenly, the politics behind the scenes look dirtier than ever.
The fight, I said, what do you think? Like, who's got it? And he went, you, Jack? I went, no. He went, Usyk's clear winner. And I was like, oh.
And just when doubts begin to swirl, Johnny Nelson steps in with his own strong reaction. Johnny Nelson cuts through the noise. If this deal really happened, it's a disgrace. Boxing's money divide is clear, and a shady agreement like this would only widen the gap, leaving fans questioning the sport's fairness.
Then shame on him. That's not right, man. So everybody thinks fighters are, it's only 5% of fighters that are on mad money. 95% of fighters are not on mad money.
Duke McKenzie's reaction is blunt. Two elite fighters tarnishing their reputation with backroom deals is unacceptable. The sport thrives on competition, not secret pacts. If this exposure holds, both Usyk and Parker risk damaging their legacy.
They weren't big, you know.
Yeah, but
they weren't big. They weren't big as we think they were.
Colossal was huge.
Yeah, they were combination
huge.
punches, AD. They were combination punches.
Johnny Nelson simplifies the argument. Fair is fair. Unfair is unfair. If Usyk and Parker truly entered into this so-called €1 million arrangement, it breaks the fundamental trust of boxing. Fans want genuine competition, not manipulated outcomes whispered about behind closed doors.
I need to be educated more to give a fair comment on it. All I can say is about this is fair is fair.
Eddie Hearn openly suggests legal teams and sanctioning bodies are already involved, intensifying suspicions of a fixed arrangement. If the board has to step in, then this so-called secret deal isn't just gossip, it's a serious matter threatening the credibility of heavyweight boxing.
The legal teams that are speaking with the board, they have to be comfortable as well to obviously sanction the fight, and we'll see how it unfolds.
And Johnny Nelson's frustration grows, questioning whether cheating is creeping into the sport. Johnny Nelson's anger is clear. He places his trust in the boxing board, but even that trust is tested when accusations like Eddie Hearn's come out. If Usyk and Parker truly had a secret financial deal behind the scenes, it's no longer just about two fighters, it's about whether the governing bodies have failed their duty. Allowing such underhanded dealings to slip through the cracks not only damages reputations, but puts the entire sport in jeopardy. If something shady is uncovered, liability doesn't just fall on the fighters, it lands squarely on the board that allowed it to happen.
Then I trust the boxing board when it comes to that kind of thing, because remember, if anything bad happened, they would be liable as well for letting this go ahead. So all these things have got to be taken into account.
And Duke McKenzie doesn't hold back either, demanding the ultimate punishment if the claims prove true. Duke McKenzie goes straight for the jugular. If cheating or fixing is at play, take their license away. No hesitation, no compromise. Eddie Hearn's claims have opened up a storm, and McKenzie's reaction proves how damaging this situation really is. Boxing is built on trust between fighter, fan, and governing body, and once that trust breaks, the sport crumbles. If Usyk and Parker truly agreed to manipulate outcomes through financial pacts, then this is bigger than a rivalry. It's a scandal that undermines the very soul of the fight game. In McKenzie's eyes, there's only one solution: strip them immediately.
If it was me, take his license away. You know, because you cannot cheat in the sport of boxing. Not if you're going to put on a pair of gloves and get inside that square circle.
Buddy McGirt doesn't mince his words. He's furious at even the idea of scripting a fight or encouraging fighters to engage in secret agreements. His point is simple but deadly serious. This isn't just about money, it's about lying. Boxing is brutal, unforgiving, and dangerous enough without fighters stepping into the ring under false pretenses. If Eddie Hearn's revelations about Usyk and Parker's secret deal are true, then both the fighters and whoever enabled such nonsense deserve bans. Why? Because the consequences extend beyond reputations. Someone could get seriously hurt if integrity is thrown aside. McGirt's outrage reflects the fans' perspective. Nobody wants to see a fight that's compromised before the first punch is thrown. A shady €1 million deal isn't strategy, it's sabotage against the purity of the sport.
Take stuff like that. I think is, I just think it's really messed up that, and I think that if someone will encourage a fighter to do that, I think they should be banned as well as the fighter. You know what I mean? Why would you encourage someone to, how I see it is this, you're doing something like that, somebody can get seriously hurt.
And as tempers flare, Frank Warren takes the stage, calling the whole thing outright lies. Frank Warren fires back with venom, branding the entire story absolute lies and accusing Eddie Hearn of conning the public. To Warren, this isn't an expose, it's theater, designed to create headlines and distract fans. But here's the problem, when such accusations surface, even if denied, they plant seeds of doubt that never truly go away. Fans start questioning motives, fighters lose credibility, and promoters look like puppeteers in a rigged circus. Warren's defense of Usyk and Parker sounds fierce, but in the shadow of Eddie's shocking reveal, it risks sounding like damage control. If it's really a lie, then why the over-the-top response? Boxing thrives on transparency, yet every time the word deal gets whispered, the public wonders who's pulling the strings. And that's why Eddie's expose has rattled everyone. It hits where it hurts most, the fans' trust.
Because they're conning the public, they're making something. Making up something. So then we put the fight out the purse piece.
Tony Jeffries delivers a sharp observation. He claims even before seeing the so-called script, the outcome was obvious. And that's where Eddie Hearn's expose hits hardest. If insiders like Jeffries could already predict how things would play out, then doesn't that suggest something deeper at work? Boxing thrives on unpredictability, yet here we have a narrative that feels written in advance, fueled by secret deals and whispered promises. Jeffries' frustration mirrors the fans' concerns. When fights start looking like foregone conclusions, you strip away the essence of the sport. Usyk and Parker are supposed to represent competition at the highest level, but this shadow of €1 million arrangement makes everything look rehearsed, controlled, and soulless. That's why this reveal isn't just controversial, it's poisonous for the credibility of heavyweight boxing.
Stop right there. Even before I seen this script, that's exactly what was going to happen. Like, what else?
Eddie Hearn's revelation takes things to another level. Both Usyk and Parker requested the same arrangement, and once that was in motion, the entire boxing world got tipped off. This isn't speculation anymore, it's confirmation that something orchestrated was happening behind the curtain. When two elite fighters agree on conditions that benefit them outside the ring, it's no longer sport, it's performance. Fans don't pay to watch business deals unfold. They pay to see a fight that's raw, unpredictable, and authentic. Eddie's words expose the heart of the problem. If everyone was aware, then the integrity of the event was compromised long before it was made public. What was sold as a battle between warriors risks being remembered as a show scripted for profit.
Both guys requested it, so everybody gets alerted at the same time. The story this morning broke obviously after people were aware of that situation, and
so here we are, the heavyweight division, hanging under a cloud, thanks to Eddie Hearn's shocking revelations. If what he's exposed is true, then Usyk and Parker's supposed €1 million pact isn't just a side note, it's a stain that could haunt them forever. Fans don't pay their hard-earned money to watch business transactions dressed up as fights. They pay to see warriors put it all on the line with nothing scripted, nothing fixed. And that's why this exposo cuts so deep. For Usyk, a man praised for his purity and skill, even whispers of secret dealings scratch away at his aura of greatness. For Parker, it confirms what many already suspected, that he'll take shortcuts if it means staying relevant in the title picture. Hearn's bombshell has forced the entire boxing world to question who is playing the game straight and who is bending the rules. This is bigger than belts, rankings, or paydays. It's about trust. Once fans believe fights are compromised, the sport loses its soul. So here's the burning question. Is Eddie Hearn exposing the ugly truth behind heavyweight boxing, or is this just another promotional smokescreen? Drop your thoughts below because this debate is only just beginning.